will discuss about difference equations. So the difference equation model results in sampled data systems and in numerical analysis of continuous time systems. So the examples of those type will be now discussed. First example, consider a first order continuous time feedback system as it has been shown in the figure 11.8. We can immediately write, okay, C of t is equal to a integration 0 to t r of tau minus c of tau d of tau, or c of t plus a integration 0 to t c of tau d tau, which is equal to a integration 0 to t r of tau d tau. This is taken as equation 11.7. Okay, the closed form solution is not possible if r of t is an arbitrary function of time. Numerical solution can be obtained by approximating the integral equation of 11.7 by difference equation. Dividing time into discrete intervals of length t, we have c of k t plus a integration 0 to kt c of tau d tau is equal to a integration 0 to kt r of tau d tau. Okay. Is it clear? Now we'll proceed. Approximating integration by discrete summation, we can write c of kt plus a integration m is equal to 0 to k minus 1 c of mt into t is equal to a summation m is equal to 0 to k minus 1 r of m of t into t. c of kt plus t plus a integration m is equal to 0 to k c of mt into t is equal to a summation m is equal to 0 to k r of mt into t. Okay, so as I had told, figure 11.8 to refer, this is a figure 8.11.8. r of t is input, e of t is error, g of s is a by s, c of t, okay, is a system which is representing the discussion. So these two equations are taken as 11.8 and 11.9. Subtracting 11.8 from 11.9, what we will get is c into k plus 1 into t minus c of kt plus at c of kt is equal to at r of kt. Writing c of kt as c of k and r of kt as r of k, we have c of k plus 1 is equal to 1 minus at c of k plus at r of k. This is taken equation 11.10. This, which is a first order difference equation with constant coefficients. Okay, constant coefficients. Is it clear? Okay. Next example. So introduce now a sampler and ZOH in the forward path of system of above figure 11.8. So this is your figure, okay, of this system. Then 11.8, inverting it to a sample data system of figure 11.9. So in this, ZOH is introduced in the forward path of this system, okay, forward path of this system, and it is sampled, inverting it to a sample data system of figure 11.9. So the feedback is unity. Okay, we'll continue this. So this is the diagram which I was telling. First order sample data system. Because of the action of sampler and ZOH, the output of ZOH during k time interval is given by EKT is equal to E of KT, where T is greater than or equal to KT and less than K plus 1 into T. The output C of T during this period due to action of the integrator A of S is given by, so this is A of S is given by C of T is equal to C of KT plus A E KT into T minus KT, where T is greater than or equal to KT and less than K plus 1 T. Then we can write C of K plus 1 into T is equal to C of KT plus AT E of KT. Okay, AT E of KT. Then we can write C of K plus 1, C of K. We can write C of K plus 1 is equal to C of K plus AT E of K. We can write E of KT is equal to R of KT minus C of KT. So this equation can be again written as C of K plus 1 is equal to 1 minus AT C of K plus AT R of K, which is the same difference equation as that of equation 11.1. Now let us obtain the solution of the difference equation 11.12, which has been shown here. This is equation 11.12. Okay, this can be easily carried recursively. So C of 1 will become equal to 1 minus AT C of 0 plus AT R of 0. Then C of 2 will be equal to C of 2 will be equal to 1 minus AT C of 1 plus AT R of 1, which is equal to 1 minus AT whole square C of 0 plus 1 minus AT into AT R of 0 plus AT R of 1. So on this will continue. Okay. So we can write C of K is equal to 1 minus AT raised to K C of 0 plus AT summation I is equal to 0 to K minus 1, 1 minus AT K minus 1 minus I into R of I. So the first term is known as zero input response. First term is known as zero input response. Second term is known as forcing function response. Okay. Function response. So next we'll go for state variable analysis and design. Okay. So we'll continue now with state variables analysis and design. So whatever is a conventional approach that is used to study the behavior of linear time invariant control systems uses the time domain or frequency domain methods. The systems are modeled using transfer function approach. In all these methods, which is a ratio of Laplace transform of output to input, neglecting all the initial conditions. Whatever is a conventional analysis faces all the limitations associated with TF approach. Next we'll see the limitations. Some of its limitations can be stated as 1. Naturally, significant initial conditions in obtaining precise solution of any system lose their importance in conventional approach is the first limitation. Second, the method is insufficient and troublesome to give complete time domain solution of higher order systems. 3. It is not very much convenient for the analysis of multiple input, multiple output system. 4. It gives analysis of system for some specific types of inputs like step, ramp, etc. 5th. It is only applicable to linear time invariant system. 6. The classical methods like root locus, Bode plot, etc. are basically trial and error procedures which fail to give the optimal solution required. Okay. So, whatever are the limitations we have discussed, most of the above said difficulties must be overcome by absolutely necessarily to use a method of analyzing systems. System. Modern method which uses the concept of total internal state of the system considering all initial condition. So this technique which uses the concept of state is called state variable analysis or state space analysis, which is essentially a time domain approach but has a number of advantages compared to conventional methods of analysis. Next, we will see about the advantages of state variable analysis. The various advantages of state variable analysis are: 1. The method takes into account the effect of all initial conditions. Second, it can be applied to nonlinear as well as time varying systems. 3. It can be conveniently applied to multiple input, multiple output system. 4. The system can be designed for the optimal conditions precisely by using modern method. The next is any type of the input can be considered for designing the system. Next is advantages as a method involves matrix algebra. It can be conveniently adopted for digital computers. Okay. This next advantage, the state variable selected need not necessarily be the physical quantity of the system. The vector matrix notation greatly simplifies the mathematical representation of the system. So these are the advantages. Next we will see about concept of state. Okay, so we will consider the network which has been shown in this figure. This figure R C V out V in. Okay. So we will consider the network as shown in this figure. To find V out, the knowledge of the initial capacitor voltage must be known. Only information about V in will not be sufficient to obtain precisely the V out at any time t greater than or equal to 0. Such systems in which the output is not only dependent on the input but also on the initial conditions are called systems with memory or dynamic systems. Dynamic system. So, in above network, capacitor C is replaced by another resistance R1, then output will be dependent only on the input applied V in. Okay, such systems in which the output of the system depends only on the input applied at t is equal to 0 are called systems with zero memory or static systems. So, this is another example of simple mechanical system. So, this is a next system, simple mechanical system. Okay. So, from the above equation, whatever is that, sorry, just a minute. So this is a simple mechanical system which has been shown here. This figure 2.2 mechanical system. Okay, now according to Newton's law of motion, F is equal to m into a, where a is acceleration of mass m, F is equal to m d by dt of vt, v of t is equal to 1 by m integration f of t dt. Now velocity at any time t is a result of force F applied to the particle in the entire past. V of t is equal to 1 by m integration minus infinity to t f of t dt, which is equal to 1 by m integration minus infinity to t naught f t dt plus 1 by m integration t naught to t f of t dt, where t naught is initial time. Now 1 by f integration minus infinity to t naught f of t dt is equal to v of t naught. V of t is equal to v of t naught plus t naught integration from t naught to t f of t dt. So when we see this equation from the above equation, it is clear that for the same input f of t, we get the difference values of the velocities v of t depending upon our choice of parameter t naught and the value of v t naught. If v of t naught is known and the input vector from t naught to t is known, then we can obtain a unique value of point v of t at any time t greater than 0. Unique value of output v of t at any time t greater than t naught, key point. Thus initial conditions, that is memory, affects the system characterization and subsequent behavior. Okay, so whatever are initial condition, these initial conditions describe the status or state of the system at t is equal to t naught. The state can be regarded as a compact and concise representation of the past history of the system. So whatever is the state of the system, we can say it separates the future from the past, so that the state contains all the information concerning the past history of the system, necessarily which is required to determine the response of the system for any given type of input. The state of the system at any time t is actually the combined effect of the values of all the different elements of the system which are associated with the initial conditions of the system. Thus, complete state of the system can be considered to be a vector having components which are the variables of system which are closely associated with initial condition. So state can be defined as x of t called state vector, This x of t that is state at any time t is n dimensional vector, that is column matrix n into 1 as indicated below. So x of t is equal to x of t is equal to x1t, x2t up to xnt, where x1t, x2t up to xnt constitute the state vector x of t and are called state variables of the system. These are called state variables of the system. Okay. Now, if state at time t1 is to be decided, then we must know x naught of t and knowledge of the input applied between t naught to t1. This new state will be x of t1, initial state to find out the state at any time t greater than t1 called as updating of the state. The output of the system at t is equal to t1 will be function of x of t1 and instantaneous value of the input at t is equal to t1 if any. The number of the state variables for a system is generally equal to the order of the system. The number of independent state variables is normally equal to the number of energy storing elements. Capacitor voltage, current in inductor contained in the system. Stop here.